Hey everyone, welcome to the Relationship Smith Show. We are live. Hey everyone, welcome to the Relationship Smith Show. We're doing an interview tonight with Camilla Cleese. She is an actress. She is a writer. Have you done directing?
A little bit.
I think you have, yeah. And stand-up comedian. I recently just saw her opening for her father, John Cleese, on the road, and that's why I had to reach out and invite her, because we had such a great time. Camilla, you were a fantastic opener.
Thank you. Yeah, he can't really follow me, but I mean, he tries. He does his best.
He's all right. He's none at a time.
Which show were you at? Did I know that you were at
Pittsburgh? No. I went to the show, Greensburg, right outside of Pittsburgh.
Oh, so that was like our first show.
Was it? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I saw that there were tickets for the show, and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even research it. I didn't see if it was going to be all skit or what was going on. And I just went. So when you walked out on stage, I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then you killed it. And when I got to meet your father afterwards, because I never pay for the VIP experience, but it's your dad, and I grew up. He's the reason I wanted to be creative and write. And when I met him, I had 5 seconds, 10 seconds to say something to this person who I watched my whole life. And I said, I really want to interview your daughter. And he's like, that's awesome. You should. So I did.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a lot of fun. And the tour was fun, but holy moly. I don't know how he does it at 84. Because I think we did like 25 cities in 30 something days. And it was a lot, living on a bus with 5 grown men. And like my dad has the back half of the bus, which he's earned it, fair. But I share the hallway with, 3 guys. Not a lot of privacy.
No.
And 2 dogs too. I brought, oh, hello, Hercules. Sorry. Did he come on stage that night?
I don't think so, but I heard a story about Hercules coming on stage.
Yeah, he often does come out when he feels like it. He just runs around backstage, and like when he wants to make an appearance, he comes out. Go on.
Is this the dog that can't make left turns?
Yes. Yeah. No, he can't make right-hand turns. He only goes left, which is why I call him NASCAR. Yeah.
Spin cycle. Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Not a Dandy Turner from Zoolander, and then the other one has no eyes, so he obviously is blind. That happens. He was a rescue too, but you wouldn't believe how he gets around. He's pretty amazing. So that's awesome.
Our we were considering getting a blind dog 2 weeks ago, actually, a rescue that nobody had grabbed yet, but I'm not
doesn't count if you blind them, Hammer.
You're right.
What was that?
You're right.
What
he was
that?
saying it doesn't count if you blind them.
Oh, my favorite thing to do when I'm walking, Harry, the one that doesn't have eyes, people will realize he doesn't have eyes, and they'll be like, "Oh, he doesn't have eyes," and I'm like, "What do you mean? Where did they go?" Just like that.
You should get some googly eyes and just throw them on the ground somewhere. Go, oh, they're there. Can you grab that one for me?
Oh my God. Yeah. Some marbles. Just like
kick them down the road and just leave their company.
Because you wouldn't be able to tell, like he follows my voice. So I have to look like a crazy person talking to myself, and he just like follows the trail of my voice. But he gets around like you wouldn't believe. And it's so rewarding, like to have seen him come out of his shell. He had a pretty rough childhood. To put it lightly, childhood. I guess we don't call it that for a dog, but
I do. I love my dog. I don't have kids. My dog, I don't care what anybody says. My dog is my daughter, and I love her, and I talk to her like a person, and she's right there in front of me.
Exactly. You talk to a dog like a person, treat them like a person. Heck yeah. Or my ride or die. I mean, that my dog is not going anywhere.
Well, I even had a stand-up bit about it. I don't think I did on this tour, but like no person will ever love me the way that this dog does, because like in theory I could lock him in the basement, and the longer that I leave him there, the more excited he'll be to see me. Like I've
exactly.
never met a fan, They're not into that.
How good of a partner, no matter how good of a friend, like I've never had somebody super excited to see me, and so much if I don't show up for a week, they poop everywhere. Like no human has ever done that for me.
That's funny too. Yeah. All I
hope your wife is watching this.
I hope so too. And she's pooping everywhere.
All I have to do is yell his name and he comes. It's like the easiest relationship ever.
That also works for me.
Yeah. That's like the dirtiest joke I do too. I still can't say things like that without laughing at my age. So it's probably not ever going to get any dirtier.
It never goes away. My wife accuses me of being a child constantly because boobies and titties and farts are amazing. Like sex is whatever I liked as a kid, I still like.
I never talk about it on stage because I don't know. I feel like it's kind of been done, especially by female comics. But I'll don't get me wrong. I'll go dark and edgy and stuff, but just not. I don't really talk about sex, so I can't say the word vagina without laughing. Like, and I should be able to at this age. Maybe one day. Goals,
I like to go with cookie.
I go with hoo-ha most of the time.
Hoo-ha's good. Cookie I like because it's also edible. Like it's a little dirty. Like you eat that, right? Like I get it.
Yeah. And
it's better. It's better when it's hot.
It's better when it's warm.
Yeah.
And moist. I hate
a little moist.
I hate it so much. Did I just say that? Oh.
Did you say you hate? What other words do you hate?
Not too many.
Or is it just moist?
I like the C word, but that's because I grew up in England, and that's like it's much more casual there. It's sort of like, "What's up, bitch?" But I have to remind myself that because a lot of my close friends in America are comedians who are British or Australian, and we all use it all the time, and it doesn't have any effect between us. And then, like, I'm around civilians, and I'm like, "Oops." Doesn't go over so well.
Silverman's like, no.
Yeah, no, not. I don't think she has any issues with that one. She's great, but no, some people are very funny about that one. Moist, I don't like. I hate. Oh, that's something I don't like to eat. Celery. There's not much I don't like. I just got that confused in my head somehow. My dad hates it too. Weird. I guess maybe that's genetic. I don't know. I think.
I mean, does anybody really love celery though? I mean, it's like, has anybody said like, I could really go for a huge bag of celery right now, or like celery flavored chips?
Well,
I'm gonna go ahead.
No, I don't. I think it ruins meals. Like if you have like, tuna salad or something, and there's celery in it, it'll fuck it up. And I'm like, it's very strong flavor, and I guess it takes more calories to chew than it does than it has in it, which in theory I would like because weight loss, great, but the taste is brutal. I don't mind if and it's hidden. I don't know it's there. It's fine. I can deal, but don't tell me.
Guys, we better be careful because Big Celery is going to shut this stream down once they find we're talking about them. So,
thank you for the warning. Thank you for the
vegetables.
I mean, they're the big one. They own Google, actually, I've heard. Big Celery owns Google.
I haven't even heard that vegetable conspiracy theory.
We're starting it right here and now. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Did you hear that birds aren't real? That's my new favorite one.
That what's that? Remember?
Birds are not real.
Oh, birds.
They're government spying devices, and when they land on power lines, they're recharging.
That is one of my favorite COVID lockdown takeaways is like that conspiracy like came out of nowhere. Yeah, that's literally, there's websites about it too. I think it's birdsaren'treal.com. Like that's an actual thing that exists on this planet right now in our lifetime.
That will be, thank you for sending me down a rabbit hole tonight, or a bird hole, whatever. I will be going down there. That is amazing. I have to admit I don't know if you guys have heard of this app. What's it called? Nextdoor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. I get a lot of entertainment from that.
Oh, it's hilarious because I feel like most of the people on there really need to get a life, but
Phenomenal.
There's a woman that she had posted that there's a lot of coyotes in my neighborhood, which is weird because I'm in pretty urban LA, but there's just a lot of coyotes and big ones, and they're not afraid of humans. But this woman posted that she had seen a couple of wolves walking down the street, and everyone was like, "Oh no, they're coyotes." And I'm like, I think it would be more fun to like back her up on this. So I was like, yeah, I saw them too. No, they're definitely wolves, not coyotes. Like, I just like to take the unpopular opinion.
I just like with Nextdoor, you find out how unhinged your neighbors are, and everything escalates out of control. Someone's like, "Hey, I'm selling cookies for my daughter's blah blah blah. Would someone like to buy?" And they're like, "You hate America!" And then someone yells something racist, and end of conversation. Like out of no reason.
It's political on every single one, and then the other one I like is the one with the Ring doorbell footage, because every once in a while I'm like, I could swear that's a comedian stealing that package off someone's doorstep, or like I could swear that I know that person.
Wait a minute. He's obviously hungry. Let him go.
Yeah. Well,
I
feel like how disappointing would it be if you stole packages? Like so much of that stuff off Amazon, like I'll order like cling film, or like like zip bags. They're like, oh great, I'm so glad I could get arrested for this, and yet it's not.
This is worth a felony. So I enjoy your stickers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the teacher got for a 3rd grade class.
Yeah.
Hey, so we had some questions we threw around for ourselves, and actually I gave Josh the first spot. Hey, Josh, if you're ready. I like doing it when you look away.
What? Oh.
Oh, now you're muted.
There we go. I think, there we go. I think that we actually covered most of that first question, but I'll repeat this and we can go back. What's that?
What was the first question? I'm like, what did we cover? Celery, bird conspiracy theories, and Nextdoor?
I'm sorry, Camilla. The next hour is just to be celery-based questions.
Before we got that far, you mentioned being on tour.
Yeah.
And your dad once said that children are the cause of most of the misery in the world. They cost a fortune, you worry yourself sick, and then they grow up like their mothers. And the question was, how did you feel about spending a lot of time on tour with that person recently? But you did cover that. So the question is, did the 3 people you had to share a hallway with treat you any better?
Well, no.
That's it.
Okay. I was going to say the ground I walked on, but that's a complete lie. But they're like my brothers. I mean, they're 2 of them I've worked with for so many years, and they're wonderful. We're all so different, and it's a funny eclectic mix. And then the tour bus driver is amazing. He's been doing it for 30 years and has toured with everyone from like Snoop Dogg to Bieber to Stone Temple Pilots, like all the bands that I grew up in high school listening to. So that's awesome. And he has the best stories. Like it definitely is close quarters, but it's kind of nice because it's a lot less lonely than when I tour by myself, for sure. But in answer to your question, my dad used to say that on stage all the time because he thought it was a funny joke, and people would laugh because they're his fans. But when I'm interviewing him and he says that, I'm kind of like, you're a dick, like that. But I came up with comebacks that were good enough where he actually stopped doing it, because I was like, if you hate kids so much, why did you marry one?
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
That shut him down pretty good, because his wife, I think, is 2 weeks younger than my sister.
Goals,
life goals,
That is the funniest thing that I can't repeat to anybody. That's hilarious.
If you have never, if you ever want to retire, I wouldn't recommend marrying someone half your age. But, and then I'm also like, if you hate kids so much, like, why did you have them? Who else could you underpay to go on the road with you? Like it's.
Sorry.
Until recently, the teleprompter guy got paid more than I do. So, not used as a teleprompter. Oops. But yeah.
Well, for practice.
Yeah. He does though. I mean, you saw the show. He reads prompter like Obama. Like he's brilliant at it. You wouldn't know.
I turned around to look because I wasn't sure, and I figured like as things change or evolve, like yeah. But no, like you couldn't. I don't think I had to. I mentioned it to my wife. She said he was. I was like, no, don't. Like he's yeah. There's a certain skill set that people have that I don't have. I can't do a presentation in a business meeting reading what's already on the screen. I just can't do it. I have to go off script. I have to do my thing, and because it doesn't sound right to me. That's why this is live, because I can't prep. I can't look surprised when I hear something if I'm not.
Well,
I'm not an actor.
It's not ever really word for word. It's just like bullet points, so he can remember the order of things, especially initially, I think. But that's the reason he pays for 3 and not just 1, so he can scan, from one, and it looks very natural.
Yeah.
But
no, there's a talent. When I see newscasters do it, I'm still impressed.
Yeah, it looks natural, but like the audience can totally see them. So I don't know why they're like making it look so natural. Is that important? Me, on the other hand, though, like it's funny because normally at the end of a set, or like when I would get to, in all stand-up comedy, they give you the light to let you know they've wrapped up. But
right.
some nights I was having fun and I would play around and I would go on a little too long, and then they would start just writing messages to me on like get on stage, like you're like that's 20 minutes, something like that. And it's funny because like I just stop in the middle of a sentence and like read it and keep going. I can't do the teleprompter thing. Like I almost just read it straight off the screen, but it's hard to talk and read something at the same time. I don't know if you've like say one thing and anyway.
Oh yeah. I can't write and listen to something sometimes. Like I will, through the words of what I'm listening to, show up on the page that I'm typing. It's the weirdest thing my fingers want.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens 100% of the time.
Sometimes when I'm texting while I'm on the phone with someone, it gets really ugly because I'll like start texting them what the person.
Why did you bring up giraffes? There's a giraffe in front of me. Shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I thought that was a reference to spirit animal. Sorry.
It's a good one.
I'm 6'1".
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I have no tall jokes for you. I'm sorry.
Cool. I've got them all covered.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard them a million times. I'm never going to say anything funny or amusing. In fact, one question I do have is, what's more annoying? Let me actually read it because I wrote it better than the 3 versions that I came up with before. Never mind. Oh yeah, what's more annoying? Guys who really dig tall women or people that ask you if you ever played basketball? One of my best friends was super tall, and I just had to deal with that
all the time. If I played basketball, they used to more when I was younger. I think now they're like, nah, she's too old. Well, I guess people still play basketball, but like I'd rather like have the compliment of guys that are really into tall girls. The one thing that gets old is like there's a certain group of like short guys that are really into tall girls, and I'll date someone a little shorter than me, but like I'm talking about like way shorter, and like they always say the same thing. They're like, I want to climb you like a tree. Like that is gonna
sexy.
Badly for both of us. Like my center of gravity is kind of delicate. Like I'm 6'1", but I weigh like 135 pounds or something. So I'm not really built to carry anybody. Like not even a baby.
No climbing.
So let's not do that.
Hear that, short kings? That's off.
Wait, what? Short king?
Yeah, never mind. Just ignore me.
No, well, I used to have a whole stand-up bit about it, but which actually somehow we revived on stage a few times. I don't know if we did it in Green, but I don't think so, because we got a few questions about like, would you like to be short? And my dad and I are like, I mean, yeah, when you're flying on an airplane, great, but I used to do a bit about how guys under 5'8" are responsible for most of the misery in the world, which is, I think, where he got the children thing from, by the way. Because I think children are actually children were a part of that joke because I would list all the dictators like historically, you know, Genghis Khan, Napoleon, Stalin, Hitler, General Franco, Tom Cruise, and then like Oscar Pistorius. I don't know if you remember that guy, the Blade Runner. Yeah. I'd be like, never killed anyone until he was under 5'8". But it's kind of.
Can anybody boo that?
That probably would have got a bigger laugh here, but I.
A fucking murderer, like,
right?
Not fair game. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's disabled, but he also was like an Olympian athlete, and he murdered his girlfriend, which makes it okay. And
he was pretty dope until he, you know, committed homicide and all.
Yeah, and she seemed like
a
good person. So fuck that. I'm gonna make fun of him.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. Like, there has to be a line we can pick on somebody again, no matter what their initial thing was. Like, if they do something horrendous, let's have a little fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, are we gonna forgive Hitler like because he was short? Fuck no.
He was colorblind, wasn't he?
Was he? I don't know.
No, I think. Let's cut him a break though. He was challenged in some way.
He definitely could see skin color. I will say that.
He was good at that. He made it. He was famous for that.
Yeah.